Good evening. This is the 18 WJTS News. I'm Charlotte Olson.
So I think taxpayers are appreciative of the ability to have some consistency with the taxes that they owe. And as a school district, we're not the only entity that has an impact on the tax rate, but also as a school district, we take a pretty large chunk of what taxes that are paid annually. And so it's good fiscal management to try to keep that tax rate steady so that it doesn't create inconsistencies for our taxpayers.
That was the Greater Jasper Consolidated Superintendent Tracy Lorai as she highlighted the importance of fiscal responsibility that the district has when deciding on new projects in accordance with tax rates and also when doing the best to maintain a steady rate for taxpayers. The district is facing a window of opportunity with their current debt is structured and how it is beginning to fall off. What it will take to take care of the needs financially to be able to address it, though, their debt service will increase the actual debt service tax rate beyond what the district did in 2016, which was about 61 cents. Last night in the Jasper High School auditorium, school board members, along with Greater Jasper Consolidated teachers and members of the general public, heard the results of a public survey that regarded the district's feasibility study that was made available in April of this year. Tracy Lorai, superintendent over the Greater Jasper Consolidated School District, led the presentation which highlighted the results of the survey that was made available to be taken by area residents over the period of 3 weeks. Lorai explained that of the just over 600 surveys they received back, they asked those who took part in the survey to rank the importance of future improvements based on the feasibility study, which they could preview before providing feedback. As the results were tabulated, Lorai stated that most of the focus for future improvements went to safety and school security, which was followed by air quality and also technology accessibility. A high priority when it came to modernizing spaces of the facility was the regular classroom space, as technology also found its way into the list, along with updating some of the media center. Some of the most pertinent news from the surveys were the answers to the questions on whether or not the district should renovate the school and make them both K through 12 or to build a new school that houses grades K through 12. 80% preferred that the district combine 5th and 10th Streets into one school. Some of the advantages noted in doing this were energy efficiencies along with convenience. Some of the concerns were cited as traffic and what to do when existing buildings no longer are being used. So what's the next step for deciding what the decision will be regarding a new renovated building for 5th and 10th Street? Well, Superintendent Lorai explains.
So it could potentially begin by a recommendation from me to the board in our June board meeting. And at that point, if the board so saw fit to approve us holding a project hearing, we would hold a project hearing in our July board meeting, at which point that would start the clock ticking for a petition remonstrance period where our community could have an opportunity to determine whether or not we move forward.
Whatever the solution, the district hopes to have a project complete by the 2019-2020 school year. Officials of the DuBois County Highway Department say that beginning tomorrow morning, Thursday, they will be closing a portion of Sheeter Road after 8 a.m. The department says that Sheeter Road will be closed between County Road 350 West and St. Charles Street on Jasper's west side from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. both tomorrow and also on Friday. The closure is due to a culvert replacement that will be conducted over the next couple of days and, of course, weather permitting. Other local roads will be facing some repair work around the area, so be on the lookout as the county also ramps up their summer work schedule to reseal road surfaces. The DuBois County Highway Department says that several roads throughout the county are scheduled to begin a rejuvenating surface seal that began today and will last into next week. Residents are reminded not to park any vehicles on roads receiving these treatments because it will hinder their ability to complete the work. The public will be notified when the department is finished with their roads. Any cars remaining on the road will be towed at the owner's expense, and sealing that began today will continue into tomorrow on the following areas of St. Mark's along 2nd and 3rd Streets, County Road 450 East, Chestnut Street, Main Street, and Front Street, at the end of the week on Friday, June the 9th through Monday the 12th. Work on surface sealing will take place in the Woodland Hills subdivision on multiple roadways. The Highway Department anticipates that the roads will be open to local traffic during most of the work week. However, motorists should know that there will be short periods of time where direct access to your driveway will not be possible. All scheduling is subject to daily weather conditions and any unforeseen circumstances. The Highway Department appreciates residents' patience and also cooperation during this process. A Crawford County man lost his life after he crashed his ATV, and while the new legislation passed earlier this week by Governor Eric Holcomb aiming to reduce fatalities of young Hoosiers riding off-road vehicles would not have prevented this fatality. Indiana conservation officers strongly encourage riders to always wear a helmet and necessary safety equipment when operating an ATV. State conservation officers are investigating the fatal ATV accident that occurred in Crawford County Tuesday evening with 34-year-old Clinton Neal of Marengo. He died after crashing his ATV on Ross Road outside of Marengo. Neal was riding a Polaris ATV with a friend when he lost control, drove into a ditch, and flipped the ATV. Neal was not wearing a helmet and was ejected and struck by a tree. Alcohol and excessive speed are believed to have been contributing factors, and a toxicology result is pending. The incident remains under investigation by the Indiana conservation officers. A single vehicle rollover crash yesterday, Tuesday morning on Interstate 64 in Perry County caused a Charleston, Indiana man to be life-flighted to a Louisville hospital. At 9 a.m. Tuesday morning, 40-year-old Richard Limbach of Charleston was attempting to turn his 2013 Kenworth tractor trailer onto the eastbound on-ramp to Interstate 64 from State Road 37. As Limbach attempted to apply the brakes, he realized that he had brake failure and began taking the on-ramp too fast. The tanker trailer full of oil sludge rolled one time, coming to rest off the roadway on its side. Limbach suffered head, neck, and back pain and was flown to Kentucky One Health University of Louisville Hospital in Louisville, Kentucky for treatment. Seatbelts were in use and reduced the severity of the injuries. The tanker stayed intact and did not spill, and the ramp to Interstate 64 was closed for over 3 hours as the scene was cleared. Troopers were assisted at the scene by the Perry County Sheriff's Department and Perry County EMS. The Vincennes Fire Department will find themselves with some breathing room financially to purchase up-to-date technology after it was announced earlier this week that they will receive a federal funds grant in the tune of $125,000. U.S. Senator Joe Donnelly announced this week that with his support, the Vincennes Fire Department has been awarded an assistance to the firefighters grant from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The $125,000 reward will help the department purchase updated radio and communication systems that are compliant with safety standards. In addition, a portion of the award will be used to implement a training program for firefighters. The fitness program is designed to improve the overall health and wellness of the firefighters, as well as maintain fitness levels for continual state of readiness. Donnelly, who wrote a letter of support to the organization for the grant, said that the Assistance to Firefighters grant will make the brave men and women of the Vincennes Fire Department safer and also improve their well-being. These Hoosiers put their lives on the line every day to protect our families, and I'm proud to have supported this effort because we should do all that we can to support those who serve our communities. Harold Sonny Pinkstaff, Vincennes Fire Chief, said that on behalf of the Vincennes City Fire Department, he would like to thank Senator Donnelly for his assistance with the Assistance to the Firefighters grant. Pinkstaff stated that the grant will allow the department to provide each of its firefighters with comprehensive physicals, also will provide them continued wellness and fitness plans. In addition, they will be able to provide mobile data terminals in each of the 12 fire department vehicles. Grants like the Assistance to Firefighters are some of the only ways that departments can purchase needed items, as more and more they face ongoing and escalating fiscal limitations. And make sure you keep it right here, because up next we'll take a look at your weather summary.